Good to Great. Good to Great. With Ali Naimi. Only on Pulse 95. Pulse 95.
So what is aviation medicine? It is a preventive or occupational medicine in which the patients are pilots, air crews, or even astronauts. This specialty strives to treat or prevent conditions to which air crews are susceptible, applies medical knowledge to the human factors in aviation, and thus it is a critical component of aviation safety. Stay tuned with us today on Good to Great to find out more about aviation medicine, as we are hosting an amazing Emirati doctor who will tell us all about it, and I promise you it is going to be very interesting. So stay tuned with us right here on Good to Great and on Pulse 95. Our guest for today on Good to Great is an Emirati who has greatly achieved and contributed to the health sector, and to be more specific, in aviation medicine. This sounds pretty much exciting and quite new, and I'm sure that our listeners here on Pulse 95 would be very much interested to know more about aviation medicine and what is it all about. We have today Dr. Asmahan Sabt, who will give us an overview about aviation medicine with lots of other interesting contributions she has made. It's a pleasure to have you here, Dr. Asmahan, on Good to Great. We are very pleased and thank you for coming to our studio.
First of all, thank you very much for inviting me. And I am Dr. Asmahan Sabt. I'm a senior aeromedical specialist that works in civil aviation field.
That's amazing. So that was my first question to you. I was going to ask you to introduce yourself. So that was a lovely introduction coming from Dr. Asmahan. So tell us more about yourself and why did you choose aviation medicine?
So basically aviation medicine is really very unique, very rare specialty.
Very, yes.
And we really there is a local need of this specialty, because we are only few Emirati doctors in this specialty. So that's why I chose aviation medicine.
So you chose it because there are few women, or is it there are
no,
more
in
men?
total. In total. Like I can say that we are not more than 12 to 15 Emirati doctors in this field in whole UAE.
Amazing.
Yes.
That's quite interesting. And do you have to be on air?
No. Actually, I'll tell you what is aviation medicine.
Yes.
Aviation medicine is part of the occupational medicine that ensures the fitness of the aviation personnel, who are the pilots, cabin crews, air traffic controllers, for their safety and for flight passenger safety.
Amazing. So you know more about health in flights, basically.
Yes, as you know that the flights usually when they fly at certain
level,
so the body physiology changes over there. So we want to make sure that the pilots who fly the aircraft, who holds all this huge number of passengers, he is really fit and healthy to have a safe sky.
Amazing.
So it is not just one person or one soul we are dealing with. We always put in our mind that we are dealing with 200, 300, 400 souls behind him. He is taking them.
So you're talking about the captain there?
Yes, the pilots. Yes.
So the pilot.
Yes. And of course the cabin crew, their health is also, their fitness is very important, because they play really an important role in cases of emergencies.
Amazing.
As well as the air traffic controller. They are also very important. They are the one who is on ground, but they are monitoring the flights, and this is also very, very safety sensitive jobs.
Oh, it's a very sensitive job, and I think it's got lots of responsibility going there.
Yes.
So it's very pressuring. It could be very pressuring.
It is stressful, yes.
Oh my, and how do you handle this stress? Do you think you're okay?
Yeah, we are fine. We have a team. If there is any complicated, difficult case, of course, we always discuss the cases together.
All right, so that's amazing. So you have a very supportive team as well in aviation medicine, and only 13 Emiratis.
Yes.
That's a very, very small number, to be honest, compared to... Because I myself have not known that there is something called aviation medicine.
Yes, aviation medicine. Usually the doctors are not familiar with this type of specialty because they don't teach us in the medical school about it. So that's why it is very, very rare, and doctors mainly they don't know about it.
That's why. That's amazing, simply amazing. Right, so Dr. Asmahan, I'm still interested to know, how did you start? I mean, why did you choose aviation medicine?
Okay, to be aviation medicine specialist, it is really a long journey.
So why? Yeah, it's challenging and it's very difficult.
You first, it starts by studying general medicine. Then you specialize in occupational medicine. Then you do subspecialty in aviation medicine. So I started working in a governmental hospital that belongs to Ministry of Health. Then after several years of working in the hospital, I felt that the work became a routine. Then I decided to have a change, to improve myself and update my knowledge. So I've decided to do aviation medicine, and here I am working in civil aviation field.
That is one simple, amazing answer coming from you, Dr. Asmahan. And I think that a lot of people now might be interested to join aviation medicine.
Yes.
So
sure,
yes, why not? Yes, and more Emiratis. We need more Emiratis for that field, definitely. All right, so we will be back after a quick break with Dr. Asmahan to ask her more about aviation medicine, and we will ask her to tell us more about her story behind her choice to aviation medicine. So stay tuned with us and keep it here on Pulse 95. Dr. Asmahan, the General Civil Aviation Authority launched its first of its kind initiative to raise awareness on the importance of aviation medicine in 2018, I reckon. And they have created the Health and Safety Campaign Initiative. So can you tell us more about the Health and Safety Campaign Initiative that was done in 2018?
Okay, that was Travel Health and Safety Campaign that was held, as you said, in 2018. It was before summer vacation. So we can educate the people and give them health tips about how to prepare for their trips. It was basically more awareness, information about how to prepare for their trips before traveling, during the flight, and at their destination. So it was also about the travelers who have chronic medical conditions, how to prepare themselves, and if they need medication to take it with them on board, how to take approval from the airlines to take these medication. There is a medical information form that these patients have to fill prior to their flight. So we advise them to do all these things ahead before their travel. So when they go to the airport, they won't face any delay or any issues. So basically we distributed brochures with health tips, and we were there by ourselves to answer any questions from the public. And it was really very successful campaign. We had a really large number of people attended it.
Amazing.
And their feedback also was positive.
Very positive. That's quite interesting. So the campaign was mainly about educating people and raising awareness about how to stay healthy on board.
Yes, it is like, for example, before traveling, you should know what is your destination. Do you need to take certain vaccination for that destination? And these type of tips and hints. For example, on board, that the flight, usually the environment within the cabin is dry. So we, for example, advise people to don't wear contact lenses, wear eyeglasses, because contact lenses will cause more dryness into the eye. And these simple tips, for example, at destination, the country you are going, is the tap water you are drinking safe or not safe? If it's not safe, so even when you are going to the restaurants, be careful not to have ice cubes in your drink, because these ice cubes are usually they make it from the tap water.
Oh wow.
So these simple tips for the travelers.
So this is definitely...
But it is important to enjoy their vacation, to enjoy their trip. They should know about this small...
so the ice is usually made of tap water?
Usually, yes.
Usually. So, okay. All right, I think I've drank a few drinks while I'm outside the country.
It depends where you go.
Of course, yes. But then we still have to be very careful. Yes. So it was a lovely campaign to be made for us to ensure that all passengers go on a very healthy and safe trip. So that's amazing. All right, so Dr. Asmahan, let's talk about your achievements and your most notable accomplishments. So, do you have a notable achievement or an accomplishment that you think that it could be the top notch, or that has been the most important one that you have done so far?
Okay, I would say that my achievement, I'm proud of this year achievement in organizing and conducting aviation medicine course that is the first one in the Middle East.
The first one in the Middle East?
Middle East, yes.
Amazing.
And I was one of the instructors in the course that delivered several topics in that course. And this course was to familiarize doctors, as I told you, they don't know about aviation medicine, to familiarize them with this type of specialty, to train them, to have a larger pool of doctors in this specialty. Because as you know that the aviation industry is growing. So definitely we need more doctors in this field.
That's amazing. So yeah, because aviation medicine is quite rare.
Yeah.
Because I personally have not heard of it before. I mean, so let alone doctors. So that's very interesting that you're trying to raise awareness and build up courses for the doctors as well, which is quite interesting. And it is wonderful to hear that it is the first in the Middle East.
Yes.
That's amazing. Really, honestly, I applaud you for it. You've done a bloody good job, to be honest.
Thank you.
Okay, so you told us that like around 13 Emirati members have joined you in aviation medicine. Now, with how far that aviation medicine is going, how much or how many do you think would be able to join it in the future after conducting your course as well more? Again, after doing the course as well and raising more awareness about aviation medicine, do you think it would be widely accepted as a field?
Yes, I expect to have lots of doctors. This course that we have conducted, we had, let us say, maybe about 20 doctors joined this course.
And they're interested?
But yes, they are interested. But I wish to attract more Emirati doctors into this course, and we are planning to have the next course inshallah next year, sometime in October or November, and inshallah we will market it more to attract more Emirati doctors into this field, and to let them to familiarize them with this specialty, because there is really a need, and as much as they will join, still there will be a need.
Definitely. Shout out to all Emirati doctors who are listening to us right now. Try and join aviation medicine. I promise you, Dr. Asmahan is making it sound very wonderful, and I am sure it is. So we will be back after a quick break with Dr. Asmahan to ask her more about aviation medicine and what kind of future plans does she have in mind. So stay with us here on Pulse 95 and keep it with us on Good to Great. Okay, so now since we are back with Dr. Asmahan, let's ask Dr. Asmahan about the people who inspire her or the people who support her. I'm sure you've got family members who have been very supportive of your choice to take aviation medicine. So who inspires you the most and who supports you?
Okay, so to be honest, every Emirati in their different field who work hard, who achieve their goals, they inspire me. So there is no specific person that really inspires me. Everyone, my family, my colleagues, everyone has a different character, talent, skills that inspires me.
That is one beautiful talk. I'm very touched, to be honest, Dr. Asmahan. All right, so now sometimes when you do a job or even if you're specialized in it, to err is human and to forgive is divine. Now, human beings mainly do make mistakes during their journeys or during their work. So was there a mistake that you have done in your field or in your job that you feel that was big or probably caused you to stop doing your work or want to quit aviation medicine? Was there a mistake that you still remember?
Actually, I won't consider it as a mistake or regret, but oppositely, I wish that I have chosen aviation medicine much earlier in my life because it is really very interesting and challenging field.
That's amazing. So you wouldn't put it as a regret or a mistake. You see how positively you're trying to show us or give us the thought that you had in mind of being an aviation medicine specialist as a doctor. That was a very beautiful way to put it, to be honest. So it's not a mistake and it's not a regret, but you would definitely wish to have taken the aviation medicine right before this time, the time that So you started in which year?
I started in 2015.
2015. So that's quite a long time.
But still, I was working in the hospital for a long period of time.
And then you just didn't find the daily routine getting.
Yes.
And you just wanted to break the routine, and you've picked the right choice, which is aviation medicine.
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah, that's amazing. Right. So. Talking about future plans, I'm sure you have a future plan that you have in mind. I'm sure it's got to do with building more courses and raising awareness in aviation medicine. But what are your future plans and what do you plan to do in the future?
Of course, I plan to take every opportunity that can improve my skills, update my knowledge, continue providing awareness campaigns about travel health and safety, conducting more courses. As I'm telling you that next year there will be another course of aviation medicine, and this course is really a very huge, large course that we really need to work on it very efficiently to make it successful.
So do you have a number in mind, a number of Emiratis that you would expect to have them join aviation medicine?
You mean in the future, in the next course?
Yes.
Actually, no, not yet, because we didn't start marketing it yet.
You didn't start, but you still hope to have more Emiratis.
Inshallah.
I'm sure
we will focus more to market it in a way that it can reach the Emirati doctors to know about it.
That's amazing. All right, now, sadly, we are approaching the end of Good to Great, Dr. Asmahan, and it's been very, very nice talking to you. And it was a very beautiful piece of information about aviation medicine, because as I said, that not many people know that there is something called aviation medicine, which was quite rare in the UAE and something quite new to us, especially the listeners. So before we leave Good to Great and part ways, we would like that you give us a final advice. What advice you can give to our listeners and our audience here on Good to Great and on Pulse 95?
I would say that always believe in yourself. Never give up. Even if you didn't try to achieve your goal in the first attempt, keep trying, as each trial after each trial, you will gain an experience, of course.
That's amazing. One beautiful advice coming from Dr. Asmahan. And Dr. Asmahan, it was definitely a pleasure to have you on Good to Great. And in our Pulse 95 studios, we thank you again for coming all the way to Pulse 95 studio. And it's been a pleasure to talk to you. It was quite fun.
Thank you again for inviting me. I was very happy also to have an interview with you here.
Thank you so much, Doctor. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Bye-bye.
Thanks a lot. Dr. Asmahan Sabt, Senior Medical Aviation Specialist, was hosted with us today on Good to Great, and she told us a lot of new information about aviation medicine and encouraged all doctors, especially locals, to join the field of aviation medicine. More and more is always coming on Good to Great, so always remember to stay tuned and do not forget to text us on 4215 to let us know what do you think of Dr. Asmahan's story about aviation medicine. And until next time, always stay happy, safe and on Pulse 95.